Come, Lord Jesus. So, really nothing unusual as far as the kind of notes there are. Everything there is familiar, am I right? Just quarter notes, eighth notes, half notes, right? This squiggly thing right here is a quarter rest. Quarter rest, okay? This is on beat 1. I am now going to teach you how to count this out. That note right there is on beat 1, right? This is the first one. This note right here is what? Beat number 2. Okay. This note? The and. The and of the 2. Okay? This note? 3. This note? It starts on the and of the 3. And it also takes up what? The 4. Because it starts on the end, it also hits 4. Okay? This one is what? The and of 4. Exactly. Okay? This is probably the most confusing. Right here. So since this is 3, but it's only an eighth note. The 3 is only an eighth note. So it doesn't take up until number 4, right? It's shorter than that. It's only halfway through. So this note, the quarter note, have to start on the and of 3. Understand? I think I lost you. Okay? If this starts on 3, let's just pretend this is not here, okay? Let's pretend this is not here, and this is not an eighth note, it's a quarter note. Let's pretend this is a quarter note. Then it would take up all the way right before 4. Agree? If this doesn't exist and this was a quarter note without the tail. Agree? Starts at 3, ends right before 4. Am I right? Okay. But since this is an eighth note that starts on 3, it doesn't take up that much space. It only takes up half of that space. Right? So something must occupy that other half until 4, which is the quarter note. Let's just, I'm going to draw a line like this, a dotted line like this. Okay? Is that correct? No. Because what I drew, the box that I just drew, the perforated box, only is how many beats? How many beats? Half. The perforated box only covers half of a beat. Understand? From the and to right before the 4, it's only half of the beat. Right? So that means this, a quarter note equals how many beats? 1 whole beat, right? So we need another half to make it right. So I'm going to erase this now. This was wrong. Because it's a quarter note, it takes up 2 halves. Am I right? 2 halves. So this is a half, and this is another half. Did I lose you? It's okay, we'll be doing more of that. Cornell?
Would it have been written as 2 8 notes under SUS, under Jesus?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's rewrite it as 2 8 notes. Like this. Right? And then just tie it together. Equals a quarter note. Right. Does that make sense now? If we break up, remember our exercise. Let me write it down here. Right? Remember that? The way we count, right? And if I put it right here, a quarter note will take up both of that. Agree? Logical, right? If I put 1/8 note right here, it only covers that. Agree? Everybody's on board with that, right? That's easy to see. Well, all I need to do is add another 8th note here to complete beat 2. Agree so far? Right? What if I put an 8th note here? Right? So it covers beat the first half of 3. The first half of 3 only. Right? And I put a quarter note. And a quarter note is a whole beat. So when you start on the end of 3 and end right before 4, is that correct? No, because from end of 3 to 4 is only half of a beat. So that's not correct if I draw a box right before 4. That means I need to start from the end and then include 4, but only half, the first half of 4. Only the first half of 4. So the second half of 3 and the first half of 4 equals 1 beat. Got it? See, I could tell when somebody laughs, it's like, yeah, I don't get it. Just going to do it through the joke. Right? So the only note I could draw after that is an 8th note, because there's only half of a beat left to go. And that's the same reason here. Okay? Since this is a quarter. If you don't quite get it right now, it's okay. You will. Just have patience with yourself and we'll do it more and more. It's all about the exercise, right? More and more. So, I would demonstrate this to you on how you would do this as you study it. Okay, let's see. Shell, can you count for me slowly, including the ands, and I will vocalize the notes. Okay, I'm going to do the first and second measure. All right, let's get this 1 and like that.
Okay. 1 and 2 and 3
Oh, sorry,
and
sorry.
4 and 1 and 2
Lord
and